In this video, we'll go over some basic differences in the homepage of the old DesignerLogic versus the new DesignerLogic, as well as the project dashboard. Now, the old DesignerLogic has the project list and some notifications on it on the homepage, and here in the new app, you can see there is no project list, but there's a lot of different kinds of notifications. Now, if you need to get to a project, you can either come up here to the shortcuts and start typing in the project name and just click on the project name. It'll take you to the project dashboard. That's the best way to navigate to projects. Or you can come over here to this new projects page where you'll see all of your projects listed out, and you can do a quick search right here just by typing in the letters, or use the filter buttons if you need to. And you can also see the archived projects as well as the active ones, and do a lot of things like that here in the projects right here. Now, if you go to a project in the old DesignerLogic, you open up, let's say, a dashboard for this project. It will go very slow, but take you eventually to this page here. And this is going to have all your essential information for that project that you can get to very quickly. The new DesignerLogic is very fast. If you just click on the name, it's going to open up that project dashboard very quickly, and it's essentially the same kind of design. You have your tabs with the tasks, events, time and expenses, files uploaded, phases, any messages that you have back and forth, and then your activity tab. Now, another thing over here is we have the tracking view. This is all your items tracking. Just click on that. And then here we have retainers, proposal, invoices, and purchase orders. In the old app, that would have been proposals, invoices, retainers, and purchase orders. And you'd see them over here. In the new app and the project dashboard, they're over here. And if you just click on view all, you'll see all your proposals. Just click on one and you'll go right to it. And we'll have a separate video about proposals because there's a lot of changes for that. Another thing on the new DesignerLogic is down here where you had your reports. Up here in the new app, we have this reports button, and it opens up a report studio, which is actually really cool. If you click on any of these reports, it's going to open up the studio. And here you'll see the reports that you have, and you can filter that, and you can actually add columns to different reports by clicking on this, and you can drag columns back and forth, so you can even change the order of them if you need to, and that will reorder and recreate the report. And you can also change outputs like show totals, currency symbols, and things like that. And what's also really cool is not only can you print and download this as a PDF, you can download this as a CSV also, and if this is a client-facing report like a proposal, you can actually email it directly out of DesignerLogic to your clients. And click the back button up here anywhere in these pages, and it'll go right back to where you started. And in this case, it's on the project dashboard. Another thing is on the project dashboard of the old DesignerLogic, you have this edit add button where you could do different things up here by adding things like tasks and whatnot, or items to the project. In the new DesignerLogic, we have two different things. We have a settings panel, and we have the add panel right here. And this gives you the traditional ones you're used to in the old DesignerLogic. As well as creating a new item, you can use the work table where you can really build it out. You can also browse and copy from other parts of DesignerLogic to this project. And a new thing is to import a CSV file directly into your items list. So if you have created a spreadsheet of specs and items, you can actually import that directly into your project here. It's very quick, and we'll have a separate video for how that works. Now, one thing is the settings is different too for a project. You have your areas here, and this uses all your areas for the project, just like the old DesignerLogic. Something new is that you can drag those areas into whatever order you want, so it will show on a proposal and invoice in that order if you don't want it to be alphabetical. Here you have the staff. You can assign staff right here by checking and unchecking ones to this project. And a new thing in DesignerLogic also is we have contacts that are linked to projects. So you can choose from your contact list which just click on a name and it'll attach it here, or you can add a new contact to this project right here, and that will connect it to the project. And that allows you to have multiple projects or multiple contacts on a project. Say if you have a large client that has projects with 3 or 4 people attached to it for different reasons, you can have all of them right here. And that's super helpful for contacting them. And this also, having a contact, allows you to email out directly from DesignerLogic, PDF documents and things like that to that contact. Another new thing is the bill rates for time and expenses. So per project, you can set custom bill rates if you don't want to use your defaults. Just click on a name or just choose all of your staff. And then you can actually say, for Emil, you want more money, less money, time for drafting on this project, you might charge more or less. Just type it in right here and it'll save it. And then when you do a time log for that project and you choose the sales code, like for down here, installation sales code, if it has or actually this design fee, right here it's $225 where the default is $150. So when you choose design fee for this project, it'll actually use $225. So you can have custom rates for each project, and that is a new thing in DesignerLogic. Another new thing is if you click the General tab here in Settings, it has all of your familiar things here. It's very easy to understand, just like the old one. But down here you have the numbering set up. So you can actually type in the next number you want to start with for the item numbering right here. This is the next number it'll use, but you can override that and put what you want. And you can also start with the next proposal number for a project right here, and it will start using that as well. So you can manually set the new numbering in DesignerLogic projects. That is the main features that are different in the new app versus the old app. Oh, actually, I should show you items. So click on items, and this is your item list, very familiar. And we'll go back here. And we'll open up the items in the old DesignerLogic. And it does take a while. No longer is that the case. So the old DesignerLogic, you have your items list, you have your 3-dot menu over here, you have the filters, you have bulk actions here that enable you to do different things here. And then you have a tracking view over here. Now the new DesignerLogic item list, the tracking items are just on the same page. It just filters it by just things that are tracked. So just click tracked items, and that's going to track all your items automatically. And here you have all your filters right here, and a quick search thing. You just type in what you need and you'll find it. Down here, each item has that 3-dot kebab menu. It has most of the same options on it. Just click any of those, just like the old DesignerLogic. One thing that's really cool in the new app is these instant edit little panels. So say if you want to edit the price on this item right here, you can click it and it's going to open up this little financials tab. And this is on a locked document, which I'll explain later in another video. But if you click edit, it'll allow you to edit different fields immediately on the fly. You don't have to go into an edit form. And the same applies for tracking. If you just click anywhere in the tracking, you can just click here and update any of this tracking information. And that's very quick to do. Same with status. You can change the status of an item right here just by clicking on it. Over here, we have very similar things. You have the area, the item number, and the sales code, and then the item description. Now, the item description, if there's a little info icon here, it means there's spec information. So if you click it, you'll see the specs. And if you click Open Item Dashboard, it will go to that item dashboard page, which is very similar to the old DesignerLogic. And up here, you can just click to go back to your main list, and it brings you right back. Another thing that's different is the bulk edits. When you select items here in the new DesignerLogic, it creates these little choices for you right here, so you can adjust the tracking on all these items by clicking that. You can look at the details here. You can put them on a phase, change the area, color code them, price status, hide them, or drop them just like the old DL. It's just a little easier. A new thing is transactions. You can actually do a lot more of the transactions now. You can take any of these transactions and you can move them to a different proposal in this case, or remove it, or put it on a new proposal. right here. So for example, if you have 15 different items you want to put on a new proposal, it's much more streamlined than it used to be. It used to be in the old DesignerLogic, you had to come here and make a new proposal, and that would put this item on it, and then you have to go back and put the other items on that proposal. But now you can just check off the items that you want on the proposal, click transactions, hit proposal, and add new proposal, and you just put the information in, click create, and it's going to create the proposal and put these items on it. Another thing that's really cool is if you have items that are not on purchase orders yet, you can filter this list. So you want to do like an entire proposal put on the purchase orders. You filter it, then you select the items that you want on POs, come to transactions, hit purchase order, hit new PO, and it's going to put all those items on a purchase order automatically. It will also create multiple purchase orders on the fly if you have different vendors for each of these items. So if you have 50 items with 20 different vendors, it will create 20 different purchase orders. It's very quick to use. Now also on this project items list, you have the report studio, and you can click any of these reports options. And reports also, you can save custom reports of your own if you want to. Say if you have an items report here, and down here you add some of these columns here. You can click this. I'll just do it right here so you can see. We'll put in a budget. So it's going to update this report right here. And you can now save this report new. You can say with budget or whatever you want to call it, and it will create a template for that so you don't have to recreate it again. So it'll always preserve what your choice is. So that's some of the main things with the new DesignerLogic homepage, the projects, and the project dashboard.